Not only because of, like, I'm gonna give you another example. Yusef, I listen to him, and he answers a lot of questions on YouTube, and he have callers to call in. Now, to my knowledge, they don't have to pay anything. They can just get access to him to ask the question, right? I always wonder how many of those people actually get help when he takes out the time to answer those questions. Because this is why when you get free, it doesn't work for you. That's a universal law, right? Either you don't understand, they don't understand what he's explaining, or they can't put in the necessary steps, right, from the explanation because they feel like the information may be way over their head. And because that means that person has violated a universal law and they have not given anything, right? And so I'm going to share this video with you all. Rich mindset versus poor mindset. I thought this was very powerful, that Erica Williams shared. So let's tune in.
Hey everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Today talking about free 99 won't get you free. Just won't. So anyway, before we start, check below for the Classy Climb School courses on how to build a business from scratch, how to hustle up more income, also how to start going in the direction to build the American dream you want and desire. Anyway, starting today. So a lot of people go, Erica, man, I wish that was free. I wish that course was cheaper. I wish I could buy that from you lower than you sell it. Hey, guess what? Free information never set you free. How do I know? Buy the best advice you can afford, right? Because a lot of times people go into Barnes and Nobles every single day all over the whole United States, and they look at the books and they read all the information, and guess what? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. There are books in every library. There's free computers in every library. There's free stuff every single place you go. There are free opportunities left and right. There are free college courses if your child is in the last 2 years of high school. How many parents actually take advantage of that and send little Jimmy or Johnny or Jessica to a community college so they can get those free courses? Not many. Not many. Like, they literally can send their 16, 17, 18-year-old child to get free college. Get almost 24 credit hours so that when they get to college, they only have to do 2 years, maybe 3 max, and save everybody in the family money. But do people do that? No. Why? Because free 99 never set anybody free. Getting things for free never works. Why? Because you don't value it. The reason parents give kids cars and clothes and they don't care is because they didn't have to pay for it. They didn't earn it. They don't value it. So when you get things for free, they don't mean as much, and you don't take action. And
see, this is the part where people don't want to hear. Hello, my Patreon member, Roaming Rome. It's $9.99 a month, and people can invest less than $3 a week to get questions answered on my live stream. And they'll do like Jay, ask a question, right? And I said, well, Jay, if you ask the question, give a super chat. We're looking to answer it because that's going to take my time. And then his response was, okay, that's fine. That's the difference between a rich mindset and a poor mindset. And as Erica said, free has never set anybody free, ever. Barnes and Noble is open all day. You're going to read at your leisure. See, free public education is a whole, my numbers are dropping, and that's fine. Because I want people to know you're not going to come to my channel, right? Now, I'll give you free advice to open up your mind and your thinking. But when it comes to your personal questions or your acknowledgement, right? So if Roman Rome has a question and he's already contributed to the channel, and Rico has a question who's not a Patreon member, then it would be unfair to Roman Rome for me to take my time and invest in somebody else when he's invested in me. Right? And he says his mother and father never charged a dime, but I would like to know what is their financial status. Because The information you get for free is just to enlighten you and to inspire you to take action that's going to cost you something, to take further action. That's what free is for, to inspire you and to motivate you, right? But if the current numbers of this economy does not motivate you to do something different with your finances, then I can't do that either. If you knowing that we are entering another wave of the virus, and that I just showed, maybe you all came in late, I just showed many people the inflation prices, that these prices are high, right? And then if that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will. And so again, free public education is free, but you don't get the same information, knowledge, and success results as paid education. Let's be honest. I teach in public education, I know. And for those parents who invest in their children to go to private schools, right? As she said, versus parents, they'll say, okay, you can go to this university and get this free class and you'll get more credit hours. And so this university or college is least expensive. The people that have money and a wealth mentality, they don't do that. They don't think that way. And let me, speaking of that, I need to get on paradigm shift, right? You all need to change your paradigm, right? You all need to change your way of thinking, because who says that I owe you anything, right? Universal law is a law of giving and receiving, right? And so when you want free, go on someone's channel and just try to be in listen mode. I was rereading this book on yesterday, a book that I paid for to get knowledge, right? It wasn't given to me for free. But I'm sharing this information from the book that I took my time and my money to invest in to you for free, for the people who don't think they're getting free information. But the name of this book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, right? The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I asked people to look at this picture, speaking of paradigm, right? And tell me, what do you see? Right? To look at this paradigm and tell me, what do you see? Whether you're watching this live and the replay, real quick, the first person that, okay, you own the book, tell me, what do you see out of the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? And while you look at that and while you're commenting, whether you're watching live on the replay, let me tell you something. Jesus never gave people something for free. He said it's going to cost you something. Greg says, a woman. What type of woman, Greg? On Facebook. Thanks for tuning in as well. Right? Jesus never gave people anything for free. And I'm going to tell this story while you all comment. There were approximately 5,000 people following Jesus. They followed him outside in the sun all day. And they got to the end of the day and they were hungry and they didn't have anything to eat. Right? And they had followed him. They invested in him. They were his followers and they were hungry. And so Jesus had pity on them, right? You followed me. You're hungry. You're in the sun. You invested your time and your support. And they said, I'm hungry. They was hungry. And for some reason, the only person, as we're talking about the number 7, the 7 habits of highly effective people, that had any food, right, was a young child. A young child. So they went to this little boy who had 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. That's the number 7 again. I've been talking to you all about 777. Went to this little boy and said, look, can we, or Jesus said, or his disciples, can we have the little you have so we can multiply it? Because the people had invested in Jesus and his ministry. They followed him. They sacrificed. And they were hungry. And they was in the sun and they walked. but they supported him. And Jesus knew that these people were hungry, but you know what he did? He said, all 5,000 of you, before I multiply this 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, you're going to have to get organized and get in groups of 50. Now just imagine 5,000 people hungry, walking, supporting Jesus in the sun, following him. And he just don't feed them. He said, no, you're going to have to get organized first, even after they invested. So the story from this, even your money cannot be multiplied till it's first organized. That's a whole nother live stream. And then he took it, broke it, and gave thanks. Now, on the flip side, when Jesus was hungry and he was ready to eat, he looked at this fig tree that was unproductive, never supported him, and did not have anything to give him. And you know what Jesus did for the fig tree? He didn't speak to the fig tree and multiply and say, okay, now you need to bear and grow fruit. He cursed it because it was unproductive and ungiving, and he was hungry. Free never produce freedom. So your answers to that, what do you see in the 7 habits of highly effective people? A young woman and an old woman. Okay, that's C. A woman with a wrap around her head, a feather at the top. She's wearing a black fur. Greg says facing what's behind her. A woman facing what's behind her. I like that analogy. Yeah, sometimes you all need to face what's behind you. A fancy young woman, Latasha says. But then she says you can also see a hag. Then you can see a fancy young woman. And Greg, after the more you look at the picture, says look like, right? She has fur on her. Look like she has fur. Let's share that again as we are doing this. So my point in asking your input is everybody has a different perspective and paradigm on life. Everybody has a different viewpoint. Everybody has a different opinion. However, if you are an imposter and needing help, your opinion should not matter when you are in the presence of the person that can help you. One lesson from a rich mindset and a poor mindset is that when you are in the presence, the company of rich people, you say less and you gravitate more. And you only ask thought-provoking questions because you know that their time is limited. See, the one thing you can never get back in life is your time. And when you don't value people's time, or when you don't value my time specifically, that makes me more invaluable. So I'm not going to stop and pause my live stream for people that won't even give a super chat to get a financial question or a spiritual question asked. You give to those as Jesus showed that gives to you. The fig tree and the 5,000 listen. You're right, CC, preaching. I didn't mean to preach today, but we can go there because that's my title, a rich mindset and a poor mindset. This is how people that live paycheck to paycheck think. Right? Another thing, people that live paycheck to paycheck, they never take action. Free never set anyone free. Another biblical example. When the man was by the pool of Bethesda and he asked God to heal him, he had a very sob story. He said, Lord, I sit by this pool and I'm crippled, the crippled man. And every season when the angels comes to trouble the waters for healing, I have no one to help me. See, that's a poor person's mindset. Jesus looked at him and said, well, you take up your bed and walk. You do something. Isn't that something? Just like the woman who had the issue of blood for 12 years, she had to press through a crowd. And this is what the 111 movement is all about. Now, if you all are not a Patreon member, can you at least comment if you're not driving? If you can, your hands are free. Do this for free. Comment and hit the like button, right? Do that to support the channel. The 111 movement, 111 people, $99 a month to learn the 3 powerful words in the Bible, right? To express so we can help a community of people going through this recession. So we're going to be rich in this recession, right? And not poor. Jesus had the man to take action first. So don't look at me like, oh, my parents gave stuff away for free. Then good for your parents. I'm not your parent. And what did they give away for free? Was it financial education and information to help people in a recession? Was it methods to help people get more money out of their paychecks? Was it methods to help people manifest out of the spiritual realm into the physical realm? What was the worth of information that they was giving away for free? Free never sets you free.